Welcome back to Pitch Masters. After a long hiatus, same crew, losing some faces, but we're just that much more pretty. Maybe not as smart, but super excited to get back into it with Stevie Boy here. Pro Send Cards. Gonna see how this revival goes. Quick hitter episodes on your commute to work, whatever it might be. Gonna give our takes about soccer card market. And Steve, are you excited for what we got planned here?
I love it. We got rid of some dead wood that needed to go, and ready to go. It's definitely a better looking podcast now. I'll tell you that much. That's for sure.
Beauties. Gucci. What's up? What's up, Benzini? Cheers to the old UK boys.
You always tell me that it's all up in my head. You got me overlooking all of my options. You got me going back and forth.
Without question.
Yeah.
Better looking. But let's get into it. Okay, first topic of discussion. Obviously, we want to just go ahead and get right into the U.S. men's national team. They're in Copa America. Everybody and their mother has heard their pundits talk about, the game, the results, what they think of it. Steve, go ahead and give your little quick hitters. Were you impressed with the win? Were you happy with the win? What did you feel about the result against Bolivia?
I was happy with it. I mean, I would have liked a couple more goals, but I don't want to get nitpicky. I do have to say Pepe looked really good coming in off the bench. Probably should have had at least a goal, had like 2 or 3 golden opportunities. So that's kind of like nitpicking that, he should have buried them. He is a striker, so he should have. But I thought Reyna looked pretty decent first half. He didn't play much. What did he play, like 15 minutes in the second half? Mm-hmm. Who else? You know who I was impressed with, actually, and this is not my Tim Ream bias, because he did have some giveaways, but his ability to play the ball out of the back is still, I think is the best on the team. But, I mean, you can correct me if right. And Scally looked really good, too. Some great crosses into the box and stuff. So there's definitely some good things that happened, but I also have to, remember it was against Bolivia. So I can't get too excited. But 2-0, beautiful. Glad that they kept the clean sheet. That was important to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody kind of shares that sentiment that it was Bolivia should have taken care of more goals. I think the biggest concerns that I have are definitely the striker position. I know that Pepe had a lot of chances, and sometimes it's just that type of day, and the keeper might have just been having the best game of his life. Only the people in Bolivia kind of really know, the stature of that keeper and what he's normally up to in terms of standard. But at the end of the day, Balogun and Pepe really left a lot to be desired for me. We got 2 strikers on the bench that had pretty solid seasons in the championship, both squaring away 16 goals, Josh Sargent and Haji Wright. And when you look at Balogun and Pepe, Balogun definitely playing in a higher league, Ligue 1, but also the Farmers League. So it's like that, bottom half of the competition really is probably not that much more stellar than the championship. Ricardo Pepi only having 7 goals in the Eredivisie. He had 2 goals in the Champions League.
I think he led, they said this during the game, I think he led the league in goals off the bench, though. So I think that's coming off the bench, which he did get a lot of chances, just didn't bury them. So I don't know. I do like that about him.
I like that as well. I mean, that's a strong role, but I mean, if you're going to come off the bench, I would love to have seen him finish some of those goals. I'm not a Pepe hater. I think just from that move from Augsburg, the path is going to be way more tough for him from, the decision that he made to try and go be a guy at a Bundesliga team that did not have a stellar squad around him. And it's been a harder path to get back, and he's had a lot of success with PSV, which is awesome. But you tell me about Haji Wright, what you think. I'm personally a huge fan of Josh Sargent, but I'll pass it to you first because I know you've been a Haji Wright fan. I was a hater until this championship go around. I remember, just before the World Cup being pretty upset about that selection. But you tell me what you think about Haji Wright.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, let's not get crazy. I don't think he's like a game breaker or anything like that. I don't think he ever will be. I just think that he brings a different element that we've not really ever had for striker. He's like bigger guy, taller. We've never had that. You know what I mean? So he just brings a different element. I like the idea of him being on the team. I'm not saying he should start. I'm not saying he shouldn't start either. But you score 16 goals in the championship, that's pretty good. I mean, it's not like the championship is a more I don't, it's just like it's a more physical style, which should suit like a Copa tournament better. So I'd like to see him get some chances. I don't know if that'll happen just because he didn't get any minutes against Bolivia. So we'll see. Listen. Didn't he start the last game? Didn't he start the quarter? Was it the quarterfinal?
Yeah.
Where do we get eliminated? It was the quarterfinal, right, against the
Yeah.
Netherlands, or like the round of 16, whatever the hell.
Yeah,
But I think he started that game, so Greg obviously likes him. He chose him to be. So we'll see what happens. Listen, I'm not really that. I didn't think Balogun played that bad. I also thought Pepe looked decent, so I'm not like demanding Haji Wright play, but I like the idea of him being on the roster at least.
Yeah, I mean, ending it here, the thing that I think this team is missing is just that special creativity, right? Because like Pulisic's not he's not a striker. He's kind of our creative guy that he doesn't really roam, but he can play. He can play in the middle. He can play out wide, and he's like our creator. He's a goal scorer for us. He's a guy, and like we need someone else that can be kind of the Robin to Pulisic's Batman, like Timothy Weah's on the other side. So we just need.
I love Weah. I forgot to mention him. Weah looked really good. I like Weah a lot.
Weah looks so good.
He looks so good when he's healthy, man. He's a difference maker, and we don't have a lot of that.
Absolutely disrespected on EAFC rankings at a 74, which I know is going to go way over your head, but it's like absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, the only other comment I had is Weston McKennie. It's a little tough for me. That's my boy. I love Weston McKennie. Saw him with the shirt off the other day, and he's like, some guys just like have different genetics. You know, I'm definitely not casting any stones by any means, but I mean, for a professional soccer player, it's like he's looking a little pudgy, man. And he looked a little pudgy and sludgy in some of his play.
Yeah, he's never been fleet of foot, but I do have to say, in my group chat that we talk a little soccer, I said he's got like the stature of like a first baseman, like in the MLB. Like he just doesn't look like a soccer player. And listen, look at me. I don't have the stature of a soccer player either. I'm not, like you said, I'm not making fun of him or anything, but he's definitely not fleet of foot, and he didn't have the best game, but we'll see where he goes.
So, talking about the U.S. men's national team transitioning, we're talking about our best player, Christian Pulisic. It's like so good to see him playing at this level, and definitely did not watch every single AC Milan game, but definitely caught a lot of the highlights. You see everything that goes on in Twitter. You see the love that he's starting to get. And he's having an incredible season after an awful, set of seasons at Chelsea where he couldn't find consistent minutes. And, as he gets removed from there and Chelsea continues to decline, I definitely think that they were the root of the issue, not him, especially considering he went and boomed with AC Milan. Saw some trending memes or questions going around on X, one that you brought forth. Is Christian Pulisic world class? What do you think, bro?
This is not a knock on Pulisic at all. I think he's by far and away our best player ever. And he's just not world class. He's very, very good. And I'm not saying he can't become world class, but he is, 26, 27, something like that. Yeah. So he's kind of not getting up there in age, but he's definitely in his prime physical, ages. So I don't think he's world class, because to me, world class would be like Kevin De Bruyne. I'm trying to think of people like kind of in his position. You know what I mean? Vinny Jr. Like that kind of.
Look at the opposite side of him, Rafael Leao.
Yeah, exactly. He's not like. Does anybody look at Rafael Leao and then compare him to Christian Pulisic and be like, "Oh, Pulisic's better," or "Pulisic's on par"? Yeah. It's a different. He's not that next level, which I think would be considered world class. He's a phenomenal player, and that's not a knock. I just don't think he's world class.
I think the thing with him is I haven't even thought about it in this way until right now, but the thing that I love about Dominic Szoboszlai is the comparison that I've always made is why I love having a guy like that on the team is he's like a Gareth Bale to me, where it's like, he doesn't come from a country that is like incredibly, great at soccer, but he is like that country's guy, and so when you think about like the important minutes and development that he gets from the U.S. men's national team when he comes and plays with us, like that's incredibly useful for not only himself, but AC Milan, like the experience, the leadership that he gets, then can take that back into the locker room when he goes, back over there. I think his big thing is he's pretty clutch, like you see a lot of last minute goals, last minute assists from him because he does kind of have that dog mentality. where he is just always hungry for it. He never backs down. It's kind of that classic USA like mentality. Is he world class? No, I think he definitely is flirting on the edge. Like if you had to like rank top 30, forwards in the world, like I think he would be in that 25 to 30 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll be something that we'll do at some point. But yeah, I mean he's only 25 though, so like you said, maybe he does.
Is he
turn
25? He's got to be getting close to 26 though.
Maybe he turns 26 this year. Tomato. So I mean, we still got another good like 4 years out of him, right? So who knows what these steps.
I mean, I hope it's more than 4 years. Better be more than 4 years.
Yeah, you're just talking like of his prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So transitioning into the next one just as smoothly. So we're talking about Christian Pulisic being our best player. I'm going to do a nice little segment with Stevie Boy here. Gonna say, list off a set of players. You're gonna tell me yes or no. If you have a little commentary, the segment is gonna be: would this player be the best player on our roster? So I'll list a player. You'll just tell me yes or no. If you have a little commentary with it, then you let me know. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would this player be the best player on the current U.S. men's national roster team? First player, Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yes. You talk about like world-class talent. If Trent Alexander-Arnold was American, he'd be talking like he was Pele.
He'd probably be playing right winger.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Kai Havertz.
Yes. That's a little tougher, but I still think yes. Because look at his age. That's the thing, too. These guys are like, look at what they've done at their age already, where Pulisic's having his best season at 25. So it's...
It is something to consider. I think it would be close. It's like
is Kai Havertz better than Pulisic right now? Like, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying,
if you look at the age and what he's done, but if you look at the age, and then it's also a little bit difficult because you also have to look at like what he does with Germany, and then but in this alternate universe that we're talking about, if he was American, we'd have to see like what he did with the U.S. already. But
that's what we're talking about. Is if he was
it's
like
difficult.
Because
if
he's
they
not
were
a
both
guy for. Because he's not a guy for Germany, right? So it's like we did put him into this situation where Pulisic is on the team. Is he going to be the Batman and Pulisic is Robin, or does he like just go all of a sudden just burst on to be this incredible player?
It's tough. That was definitely tougher, but I think it would still Kai Havertz would probably be the best. At least he'd be looked at that way.
All right, I got another one for you here. Jack Grealish.
That one I think is pretty easy. He'd definitely be the best player.
I disagree.
Really?
I don't think he would be. I don't think he would be. If he's not even making the England roster, and that's not cast a judgment because that's Southgate's decision.
Not even making the England roster? I mean, Marcus Rashford would be the best player on the U.S. He didn't make... Like, come on. That has nothing to do with it.
But what I was about to get into as well is he doesn't even get... Like, it's Manchester City, but, like, when he's in the Manchester City squad, he's not, like, just going crazy, elevating the play. Like, it's just, like, he's just a role player. Like, I don't know that he would be the best player on our roster. Olivier Giroud.
No, he wouldn't be the best player on the roster. Very good player. He'd probably score a ton of goals, but he still wouldn't be the best player on the roster. No.
Christian Eriksen.
No, too old. Would be very close, and like can still play to a certain degree, but not the best player on the roster. I think he'd be the second best after Pulisic, to be honest. I think he's right there.
Xavi Simons.
Yes. Again, because of the age. Just look at what he's done, how young he is. He'd be like looked at as, some kind of... I mean, he is a super talent already, so yes.
Agreed. And last one that I got here, Camavinga.
I mean, if you look at the age and what he can do, yes, but again, that one's tough too because he hasn't really done a ton at the club level or the national level yet.
What he has
but he's a super prospect, so it's hard. Like, yeah, he's uber talented, and you would like to think if he was American and was like playing all the time that he would be incredible. Listen, if you kind of change the question a little bit, he would definitely be the most talented and have the highest ceiling like ever of any of Americans. So
yeah, well,
that would be tough. It would be a toss up. If he isn't better than Pulisic at this stage, he'd be second easily.
Beautiful. Another segment here. I'm going to be sending Steve a set of high-end, relevant prospect cards that may be rookies, they may be not rookie cards. But Steve's job is going to be to blindly rank them 1 through 6. He doesn't know which card is coming next, so he could misplace one or the other. That's part of the game that he's got to decide which one should go where. So when I send you this, you're going to place the card wherever you go. Here we go. First one. Lamine Yamal, tops now 1 of 1. You're ranking by value what you think the sale was. 1 through 6.
I'm just trying to keep in mind that this is prospects. 4.
Okay, next one. Endrick, 5 out of 5 from Don Russ, rated rookie.
Should be higher, I think, but I'm going to go with 5.
All right. Florian Wirtz, Chrome, rookie, Bundesliga, 9.5, 10 auto, 10 out of 10.
You also have to keep in mind, I don't know when these cards sold.
Recent,
so you have
recent.
to.
All of these
Yes,
are recent,
but
within 2024.
Okay, yeah, but still, Vert's before the season, Vert's middle of the season. So, look at this card. I'm gonna say 6. Shouldn't be though. So I have 4, 5, 6, right? Yeah, 4, 5, 6.
Darwin Nunez, PSA 9, Topps finest superfractor.
I have to say 3, but it should be lower.
2020, 2021, Topps UEFA superfractor, Musiala rookie.
2, because you definitely have Jude Bellingham coming up here.
You're right about that. Jude Bellingham, superfractor, rookie auto, 1 of 1.
Yeah, it's number 1. Should be number 1. I don't know if it is for sure because it's a BGS 9. So some idiot probably is like, oh, it's a BGS 9. I'm not gonna bid on it. So.
All right. So you said Lamine 4.
I mean, if I could go back, I'd probably put, obviously, Lamine has to be 3, but I didn't realize that you were going to throw in a Darwin dog shit superfractor like
What
that.
did you say? Who did you say 5 was?
5 was the Endrick, and then 6 was the 6.
Florian?
Yeah, 6 is Florian. But, in my opinion, that Florian should be probably 3 or 4. I have
Lamine
Jude 1, Moose 2, Darwin 3, Vert 6, Endrick 5, Lamine 4.
Who was 5?
Endrick.
All right, you ready for the I'll send you the actual screenshots. Okay, so this is in backwards order here for the actual rankings.
Oh, so Moose is 1.
Yeah.
I came close to saying him as 1.
Darwin isn't supposed to be there. Darwin is 5, but I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I would have Darwin I would have had 6. See, if the thing is because I guess the Endrick is raw, but I just thought the hype would have made that sell for more.
Yeah.
It's also not optic
sales, but yeah. I mean, but those prices are insane.
The Lamine is ridiculous. Whoever bought that is a massive bag holder.
I mean, I guess that's like his one of his first rookies. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's a fake. I mean, it's Topps now. Nobody likes that.
True. Yeah. But yeah, that's
when is that sale from?
They're all 2024.
Lamine is in May. God, that guy's a bag holder. Think about all the cards that came out after that.
Yeah, true.
Look at the card ladder value on it is $80 more than the guy paid. That's not even gonna hold.
All right, episode 1 of season 2.
Wait, redo that.
Episode 1 of season 2. The revival is done. Quick hitters, where you're gonna be getting these out every Thursday. Super excited to keep this going. Going to start to get guests on the pod, but had to get the most 2 beautiful guys of Pitchmasters to get the revival, get our sexy friend Jeremy on, and try to get some other guys that are way smarter than us. But hope you guys have a great Friday, rest of your weekend. Peace.